Tiasu Malagedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Sydney Sweeney.
What's up, Cassie?
Hi.
Something to wash that down. Thanks. What are you doing tonight?
Well, I was supposed to go to this party with my sister.
Right.
And then we got into this really big fight.
Are you still with McKay?
No.
What happened?
We broke up
What?
because we were in different places.
Yeah, it's the same shit with me and Maddie.
Yeah. I know.
But you're like a relationship kind of girl, right?
Trying not to be. I couldn't be nothing like
Like what?
that. Like I'm just trying to focus on myself.
What?
Because I keep making mistakes and not learning from them.
Would you like a ride to this party?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you take Pamela Anderson and Rebecca De Mornay and morph them together, I believe you have Sydney Sweeney. Now, obviously, you should know who Pamela Anderson is by now. I don't have to explain that. Rebecca De Mornay, you should know who she is also. If you've ever seen a classic movie called The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Erotic thriller, but at the same time, pretty good movie. That was a scene from Euphoria, where we've pretty much all learned about Miss Sweeney. And in the scene, she's a little lost, just drinking by herself in front of a convenience store. And she runs into her old classmate who has played Elvis recently in a movie. And they decide to go to a party. And that's what you do as a teenager, ladies and gentlemen. You just try to figure out who you are. You party, you try to fit in school if you can. And this show really illustrates what a lot of teenagers are going through today. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, I'd like to go on Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, and talk about Sydney Sweeney. We're going to talk about her acting roles. And of course, I'm going to end it with Saturday Night Live and her recent appearance. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, because free is always good. It's so cool to get things for free nowadays. Recession is going to hit us any second, and free will always be in style. So, let's begin. Well, let's actually begin with this picture that they have of Miss Sweeney on here. She's got a lot of piercings in her one ear. I mean, I counted 10, so this is pretty insane. I've been with some black women before. This is not even close. Well, speaking of half black, I saw the Bob Marley movie One Love, and it was pretty good. But pardon my whiteness, but I had no idea that Bob Marley was half white. That threw me for a fucking loop. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need some time to sink that in. But I do encourage you to watch that movie. But I'm getting off the case here. Let's talk about Sydney and good old Wikipedia. Sydney Sweeney, born September 12th, 1997, is an American actress. She is known for her roles in the HBO drama series Euphoria and the first season of the anthology series The White Lotus, which earned her nominations for 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. Sweeney first gained attention in 2018 for appearing in the television series Everything Sucks and The Handmaid's Tale, and in the limited series Sharp Objects. In the following year, she was featured in Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In 2023, She portrayed reality winner in a drama film Reality and starred in the romantic comedy Anyone But You. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, her career is off to a pretty good start. Already so young, already getting nominated for things. Why not? But at the same time, there's a lot more to the story than just her looks. I mean, listen, she's a knockout. We all know that, okay? Like I said before, she could be the next blonde bombshell that America desperately needs, okay? But let's look up some facts here about Miss Sweeney. And was it popbuzz.com? Help me out. Thank you so much. Because without you, I would be lost. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Again, I 2024, just found out Bob Marley was half white. Did anybody else really know that? Or because anyways. It says here, Sydney Sweeney is an American actress who appeared as Cassie in HBO's Euphoria. You've probably seen Sweeney in tons of other TV shows and films like The White Lotus, The Handmaid's Tale, Pretty Little Liars, and Netflix, Everything Sucks. Here's what you need to know about the busy actress. Okay, well, we already discussed about 65% of that, but that's okay. The point is, she's on a great roll already, and shows no signs of slowing down. And if anything, I made the Pamela Anderson reference before. There's a picture on here. I'm telling you, it almost looks like it could be her kid. So there you go. Sydney Sweeney was born on September 12th, 1997. She is 25 years old. Yes, guys, you can look. It's okay. Okay? Don't worry. Listen, I tell people this all the time. Whenever you watch a show and someone's playing a teenager, let's say they're 16, 17, chances are they're probably 30, 35, who knows? We all remember Dawson's Creek, right? I guess it was a realistic teenager show for its time, It definitely paved the way for teachers fucking their students. But the point is, they're always older. So Sydney Sweeney is reportedly 5'3" tall. Okay, good to know. So you know what they say, ladies and gentlemen. If a woman is not that tall, she's blessed in other areas. Sydney Sweeney's September 12th birth date makes her a Virgo. Virgos are the perfectionists of the zodiac and known for being highly observant. Okay, so it's not necessarily a fact about her, but just more about the zodiac. Do I believe in the zodiac? Yes. Do I base my life on that shit? Absolutely not. But, you got to be, to do that. But the point is, that's what she is. Sydney Sweeney was born and raised in Spokane, Washington, before her family moved to LA to pursue her acting career. So there you go. It proves that her family really believed in her. They wanted to, go for the whole thing here. Obviously, you got to go to LA, like a lot of people do, got to take those chances. And there you go. Things seem to have worked out so far. Sydney Sweeney went to college in Los Angeles and studied entrepreneurship at LACS. Cool. Believe it or not, Sydney Sweeney is trained in MMA fighting. What the? Really? Shit. She also competed in grappling competitions in high school. In an interview with Marie Claire, Sydney said, "I'm trained in mixed martial arts. I started when I was 14 and did my first competition at 18. It was a grappling competition against all guys, a weight category above me, and I got first place." Holy shit. Okay, so, if they ever make another female Karate Kid, Sydney Sweeney has a brother named Trent Sweeney, who has also worked as an actor. There you go. See, sort of looks familiar. Listen, if your kid's got the acting bug, go for it, okay? If one of them makes it, okay, the other one kind of makes it too, you know what I mean? So just, why not? But in all honesty, if they want to pursue acting, I mean, they're both in LA, why not? It's a place to do it. Sydney Sweeney is in HBO's new teen drama Euphoria. Okay, this is an old article, guys. Bear with me. She plays Cassie Howard, best friend of Maddie and sister of Lexi. Season 2, Cassie embarks on a problematic romance with Maddie's ex-boyfriend, Nate Jacobs. That always works out. Putting her at odds with her best friend. She will be returning in season 3. Thank fucking God. But again, we're going to talk more about that in just a little bit. But again, I mean, listen, like how many guys out there have had the privilege to, have sex with a person and then have sex with their sister? I'm asking. I don't know. It's never happened to me. Never. I'm lucky to get one. You may also recognize Sydney Sweeney from her role as Willa in season 7, episode 20 of Pretty Little Liars. Sydney plays a student at Rosewood High School. There you go. So, I never saw a show. Sydney Sweeney appears in HBO's critically acclaimed miniseries Sharp Objects as Alice. I never saw that one either. There's a good chance you'll recognize Sydney Sweeney as Emmeline. Is that how you say it? Emmeline. Okay. From Everything Sucks. She was the romantic interest of Kate in the show's first and only season on Netflix. I did not see that one either. I mean, it could be a good show. I was waiting to later on talk about all the... Forget it. Sydney Sweeney played Eden on the critically acclaimed dystopian drama The Handmaid's Tale. On the show, Sydney plays the wife of Nick Blaine. I didn't... You guys are making me look really bad here. I didn't see any of these. I've heard good things about The Handmaid's Tale, about nuns or something. I don't know. We'll check it out later. As well as Euphoria and The White Lotus. Sydney Sweeney has been on shows like Grey's Anatomy, 90210, Pretty Little Liars, Handmaid's Tale, Sharp Objects, Everything Sucks, and more. Okay, I've seen... I don't know. Well, we're getting... This is not looking good for me so far. At the age of 12, Sydney Sweeney appeared in a 2009 episode of Criminal Minds. Listen, you guys are getting way ahead of me here. Are there actual facts here or no? I'm not finding... You guys are not helping me out here at all. I mean, I could censor all this shit out. I figure at this point, it doesn't matter. Let me just... fuck it. Let me go on IMDb here. Let's see some actual facts here, okay? Usually it's just listing off the shit. Listen. I wasn't prepared for this. Okay, it's Sunday. I'm just relaxing here. Had some nice bacon and cheese potato salad. Listen, distant cousin of Robert Vaughn. I don't know who that is. Robert Vaughn. Related to Vince Vaughn. Okay, this guy sort of looks familiar. He is... Oh, I know this guy. Wait, I know this guy. Oh, yeah. I've seen this guy in a bunch of shit. Oh, yeah. He was in Bullet, Magnificent Seven, Towering Inferno. Oh, this guy kicks ass. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this guy's been around forever. Is he still... Yeah, no, he's still around. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Wow, this guy's acted in 230 projects. Holy shit. And, even his most recent job was in 2017. Holy shit, that's pretty crazy. Okay, I'm going to help you guys out here because, he's been in a bunch of shit. He's one of those guys that's like, oh, yeah, that guy, whatever. He was the guy, I remember in basketball, like he's the one that wanted to buy, the league, And then, he tries to explain, to the guys, you think Shaquille O'Neal got rich by going to the NBA? No, he got rich to college. Everyone goes, did I just fart? Yeah, like that dude. Remember him? There you go. So, yeah, okay. So she comes from, acting background. Nice. Founded in production company 50/50 Films. Nice. Okay. Or she's that young. She's already has her own production company. That's awesome. She earned a recurring role on the TV show Heroes, which aired on NBC from 2006 to 2010. Okay, I'll get into that in a little bit. She played the younger version of Amber Heard in The Ward. It's anything with Amber Heard. That's something to be proud of. Mother practices law. Father is a pharmaceutical rep. Okay, there you go. I smell money. She filmed a kitschy. What the hell does that mean? KITSCHY. 3D movie in Bulgaria called Spiders. The fuck does that mean? Kitschy. I gotta look that up. Hold on. KITSCHY. There we go. Okay. Considered to be in poor taste because of excessive garnishes but sometimes appreciated in an ironic or knowing way. That doesn't help at all, guys. Whatever, it was a movie, as long as the check clears. She has a younger brother, you said that already. Miyu Ambassador. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Google here. I got nothing here. I don't know. It's maybe Chinese food. Official website. Okay, it says boutiques or something. Okay, so something to do with clothes or. Miu is an Italian high fashion women's clothing and accessory brand and a fully owned subsidiary of Prada. Okay, well. I'm half Italian, so I'm a little half embarrassed for not knowing that, but at the same time, I'm straight, so the fuck do I know about fashion? People that know me know I just get my own shirts done. But the point is, listen, she's already done a lot of shit for her age, so there you go. It's not bad. I mean, clothing line's got to be, it's got to be paying the bills pretty well, so. But of course, we're still on IMDb because fuck Rotten Tomatoes. And let's see what she's done acting-wise, because I've already said 50% of it, but you know what? History repeats itself, so fuck it. So the very first job that she did was a job in 2009 called ZMD, which at this point could be a drug. I don't know. Oh, no, it says Zombies of Mass Destruction. Okay. And she played a character named Lisa. Okay. Judging by... the poster here, okay. The budget doesn't seem that big. That's okay. It says a political zombie. Okay, a comedy zombie. Okay, I got it. Not the best rating, 5 out of 10, but it says here, life is wonderful for the people in the quiet island town of Port Gamble until a zombie virus breaks out. Well, I mean, that says it all. But I don't know. The one guy in the poster here, he's got a turban on and a machete. I don't know. He could be half Jamaican too. Who knows? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to start somewhere. Okay. I don't see any other actors I recognize. No. I mean, me personally, I'm not really into zombie shit. I don't know. To me, it's a little repetitive. I don't know. I can't get in The Walking Dead, and okay, I get it. They're walking and they're dead. I don't know who cares. It's too boring. I don't know. Whatever. Can't these zombies fly or something? Then she was in Heroes, like I mentioned probably a couple times before. Heroes. Listen, I'll give you the short thing. What I felt of Heroes. Okay, the first season it was good. They had something going there. I did not like the way the first season ended. I thought that fight scene in the street was bullshit. I mean, it was just I don't know. I thought it was a big build-up for nothing. And then that second season hit, and holy fuck, did it fall apart. So, but again, big show at the time. I don't know. People liked it, I guess. I don't think it lasted more than 2 seasons, right? I mean, I think they tried to bring it back at one point, didn't they? And I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Prison Break. I don't know. Who knows? But the point is, if you want to check it out, go ahead. I don't care. Criminal Minds. Yeah, I remember this show. Yeah. The show was all right. I saw, I think, a few clips back in the day, but it wasn't on for that long. I don't know. Wait, is it still on or no? It was no. Oh wow. Oh no, it was. Wait. Well, it says 2005 to. It doesn't say anything. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. Is it coming back or? But then you look at the cast here, and I don't know. There's one person here that was in 333 episodes. So holy shit, really? Wow. Okay. Uh, oh, Joe Mantegna. Yeah, he's cool. But yeah, I don't know if you want to still check it out. If it's still somewhere, what can I tell you? Yeah. Um, she was in a short called Takio. Takio. I don't know how to say that. Night Blind. It's a short she did. She was in a movie called The Ward. Chase. 90210. I'm assuming the newer version. I don't think she was, born, unless, I don't know if she played a baby. The Optimum Eater. No. Kicking It. The Bling Ring. Spiders. Grey's Anatomy, which for years I said Greg's Anatomy until someone corrected me. Is that show still on the air? I mean, I don't know. It's been on, since 2014, and yeah, it looks like it's still going. Holy shit, really? Wow. Yeah, what's her name? Chandra Wilson. I only watched the first episode of it. I couldn't get into it, but I liked her character. She's been in 423 episodes. Holy shit. Yeah, it's still going, I think. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, if you like doctor dramas, that's it's for you. Love Made, Visible, The Martial Arts Kid. Okay, so she knows martial arts, so I could see, her being in this. Wow, this poster is very like 1986, but the movie came out in 2015. Not the best rating, but okay, could be good. I don't know. I'm still watching The Karate Kid. The series is still good. When's it coming back? Who the fuck knows? But we'll see. The Unborn, Stolen from Suburbia, Held, Cassidy Way, Angels in Stardust, The Horde, or Horde, as some people pronounce it, Manic, The Middle, which I always heard it was a good series. I don't know. That's the one with that's the one with Deborah from Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, Patricia Heaton. There you go. Yeah, yeah. This is one of these shows that was on for a long time, but like I can't find one person that watched it. I don't know. Like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, it's like remember the show Jag? It was on for 8 seasons. I think I found one person that watched it. Pretty Little Liars. I heard about that show. Didn't watch it. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry. Vikes. I'm sorry. Dead Ant. Dead Ant. Okay. In the Vault. It Happened Again Last Night. I'll take your word for it. Monster School Animation. Cool. Voice work. Always good. Always easy. Relentless. Everything Sucks, which I talked about before. I didn't watch the show. I don't know. Maybe it's a show for teens. It looks like. Yeah, they're sitting on a bunch of books. What does it say here? In the 1990s, Oregon, members of a high school AV club clash with the drama club. Okay. You think those two would get along, right? I mean, I don't know. All right, I guess not. Along Came the Devil, The Wrong Daughter, Sophie's Choice. No, I'm just kidding. Under the Silver Lake, The Handmaid's Tale. Okay, so I got a pretty high rating here. Yeah, it's got the one woman from Mad Men. What's her name? Elizabeth Moss. Yeah, I always thought it was funny that Elizabeth Moss was married to the one guy from Saturday Night Live. fuck was his name? The dude with the glasses there. He did that one show though. Fred Armisen. Yeah. I always thought he was gay. I don't know. I mean, not that I care. I'm just saying, like, I don't see those two together. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it. But she's a really good actress. But yeah, I don't know. I always heard it was a good show. I never checked it out. But I don't know. Do your thing, guys. You know. Again, I can't do everything for you. I mean, watch a show. You know, I don't have to tell you. Sharp Objects. Heard good things about that one. That's let's see here. Yeah, got a pretty good rating. 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. HBO always comes up with good programming, of course. Amy Adams, she's always good. Patricia Clarkson, yeah, there you go. Okay. At this point in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably pretty obvious I should have done more research on her, but you know, sometimes you just wing it. Sometimes just in life, you just want to see what happens. That's all, you know. I'm going to get to Euphoria, don't worry. Big Time Adolescent. Okay, so finally, I saw this movie. Okay, this is Pete Davidson's in this one. There you go. Okay, so I think I mentioned this before in the Pete Davidson podcast I did. Thank you to my 3 listeners. After the quality of this podcast, I can see why I have 3 listeners. But the point is, this is a really good movie. It says here, a suburban teenager comes of age under the destructive guidance of his best friend, an aimless college dropout. So imagine if you're a kid growing up and you look up to this one guy who's going out with your sister. He seems like a cool dude. But then you realize growing up, he still has your mentality, what you had 10 years ago. That's basically what this kid is dealing with. So it's a pretty good movie. I've always said this is probably the best Pete Davidson role I've ever seen him in. I mean, I like King of Staten Island. That's a great movie too. But this one, he shows more of his range as an actor. So I thought he was pretty good in this one. And yes, Sydney Sweeney is in this one and is going out with Pete Davidson. But then, well, I don't want to give anything away. I mean, you never know. But hey, things happen, But the point is, if you have the chance, check this movie out. And there you go. So... yeah. Okay. So finally, after all these movies, I saw them. Okay. I saw it. Cool. Clementine, which I did not see. It's got a rating of 5.1 out of 10. Okay. So I don't know. I'm probably not alone there. But again, ladies and gentlemen, who knows? Like I said, Roadhouse got a shitty rating. I love that movie. You just don't know. You just don't know. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I absolutely did see this movie. I love Quentin Tarantino, and she played a character named Snake. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember her in this movie at all. I have no idea. I mean, maybe she was one of the Manson kids or something, and I don't know. We missed her or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But again, this is an awesome movie. We still don't know to this day, who would win in a fight. Bruce Lee versus Brad Pitt. I think some of us already know the answer, but the point is, it's Quentin Tarantino doesn't do anything wrong. We all know that. He's got one more movie to go, and that's it. He said maybe he'll write some movies after for some other people. Who knows? But the point is, one more to go, and then it's over. Then the party's over. Listen, David Lynch did the same thing. A lot of people always forget that. 10 movies. 3 seasons of Twin Peaks, and that's it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, why not? So there you go. But if you have not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or any of Quentin Tarantino's movies, shame on you. Shame on you. But do me a favor. If you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, let me know what scene Sydney is in, because I'm not trying to be a dick here. I really don't remember. Yeah, so Snake. It's a cool name, though. Is that the character name in The Simpsons there? The one that, robs people? I don't know. Like, does home invasions and shit? Oh, no. Beta. Good luck explaining what beta was to somebody in their 20s today. But anyways, it was like VHS, but it was even worse. Halsey, A Graveyard. She's in a music video there. Knock Turney. Nocturne. Wait, it ends with an E. I don't know how to pronounce it. Downfalls High. White Lotus. Okay, so it's got a pretty high rating. 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I saw the first season of White Lotus. I thought it was good. I thought it was all right. Nothing too like whoa, but I thought it was all right. I don't know, the guy shitting in the suitcase. Listen, we all want to get back at people, but I mean that's just anything involving feces. Will probably make you psychotic officially. But the point is, good little series. It could have ended better, I felt, but. And then I watched the first episode of the first season, second season, and I don't know, it was okay. I thought it'd be like a continuation with all the other people, but but I think this is one of the things that she got nominated for, and I don't know, she wasn't in it for that much, or maybe it was like a casting or whatever, but I don't know, she was kind of like maybe a third or fourth or fifth lead in, whatever. I mean, she's still good. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody was good in the show. It just, I don't know. It didn't. I don't know. A second season, but a lot of people seem to like it. I don't know. Does somebody shit in a suitcase again? I don't know. Who knows? I only watched the first episode of the second season. But point is, you want to check it out? It's up to you. I leave it up to you guys. The Voyeurs. I did see this movie. This is kind of like the peakish of COVID. I remember all these movies were getting. Or we're just going straight online, and I saw this one. I'm like, let me check it out, And ladies and gentlemen, after I saw this movie, I thought to myself, I thought this was pretty good. I thought this was a pretty good movie, a good erotic thriller, something you would see in like mid '80s, early '90s, Like this is when Mike Douglas would, do a movie every few months, and he just had the worst luck with women. Something involving a rabbit. The point is, and this is where I say she's got that kind of Rebecca De Mornay kind of feel and look. Because if you look at a lot of her movies, I mean, she did a lot of like similar types of movies, and I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. It doesn't have a good rating though. I don't know, 6.1 out of 10. I don't know. I at least give it a 6.5 to 7, whatever. But it says here, Pippa and Thomas move into their dream apartment. They notice that their windows look directly into the apartment opposite. This will set in motion a chain of events that will lead to disaster. Oh my God. See, now a lot of people thought that, Euphoria, she was just going out with a black guy, and they thought they were just doing that just for, whatever. Listen, I live in Toronto. I see that shit all the time. But, it's... sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you spy on your neighbors and, you can't trust your girl. Hey, things happen, man. Things happen. Okay? Is there nudity in this too? Absolutely. But the point is, I felt overall this is a pretty good story. Pretty fucked up ending too, I'm not going to lie. But if you want to check it out, I think you should. I would. Why not? Okay? The Voyeurs. You're welcome. Night Teeth. Robot Chicken. Yep. I don't know if this show is still on. I haven't watched it for a while, but yeah, she does some voices in that one. It's kind of like Robot Chicken is basically, claymation. If you just did all the cutaways from Family Guy and make that into a show. Of course, Seth Green's part of it. He's part of Family Guy. The whole thing there, whole connection. So. I like it. It's pretty funny. Reality. You know what? I remember this movie. I tried watching it. I couldn't really get into it. It's more dramatic. I'll say this though. Parts of it were good. I thought it was okay. But it does. At parts of this movie, it does seem like almost like a reality show. And it does show off, more that she can do, like dramatic roles and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, people know her in Euphoria, but, she's not just a pretty face. She can actually, act. She's been doing it for a long time, so no surprises there. But it says here, a former American intelligence specialist was given the longest sentence for an unauthorized release of government information to the media about Russian interference in the 2016 United States elections via an email operation. There you go. So, I don't know. Could this easily happen? Yes. A lot of people say it did happen. It didn't. Listen, you watch the movie, you be the judge for yourself, okay? I would still check it out, all right? But, she was good in this, and there you go. Americana. Okay, I did not see this one. I tried to find this movie at one point. I couldn't find it. Now it seems to be out. So maybe it came out late 2023. But anyways, good little rating, 7.5 out of 10. The lives of local outsiders and outcasts violently intertwine when a rare Lakota ghost shirt falls onto the black market in a small South Dakota town. Okay. Is ghost shirt slang for something else? I have no idea. But I would like to check out this movie, and I wish I could give it a more proper rating, although it's got some good actors in there. Sweeney's in there. Paul Walter Hauser. Is that how you say it? Hauser, represented for the big boys. I love that. This guy was in a series called Blackbird. If you got the chance, check it out. It was really good. Based on a true story, too. Yeah. So, if you want, ladies and gentlemen, check it out, okay? Again, I haven't seen it yet, okay? I'm not perfect. I know. The views say, the views are accurate, don't worry. The Rolling Stones, Angry. She's in a music video for the Stones. I didn't even know that. That's cool. Like that. I mean, listen, I don't care how old you are. Rolling Stones, come knocking at your door. You answer, I'm assuming she's the girl in the video. Yeah, all it says is girl. So there you go. Perfect. Right on. Rock and roll, man. Went to Sarstock back in the day in good old Canada. Fucking best concert ever. The Stones, AC/DC, and Rush. You don't get any more Canadian than that, ladies and gentlemen. And it was fucking awesome. Then she was in a movie recently called Anyone But You. It's basically a rom-com. I listen, I get it. You make that quick buck. You're in there. I'm sure you got to work maybe a month or two on a movie like this, maybe a few months tops. You go in there, you do your thing. Is it for me? No. Is there, partial nudity? Yes. But the point is, I couldn't really get into this movie. It's not my thing, maybe if it's your thing, cool. I get it. It's fine. I'm sure many guys were dragged to this movie. I wasn't one of them. I'm a very lucky man. But the point is, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's one of those movies that's meant for Netflix and chill. You call up a girl and say, hey, let's watch Anyone But You. And, you just pray to God that, the cable goes out, or, Netflix is unavailable because, it's raining, and, it just, whatever. But it's up to you. You want to watch it? Go ahead. Go right ahead. Now, she became part of the Marvel Universe recently, and she's in a movie called Madam Web, which, holy shit. I didn't see this movie. I don't think I'm going to see this movie. I have no desire to see Marvel movies, especially in the last couple of years. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's happened, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I mean, it has a rating of 3.7 out of 10. I mean, that's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. I mean, even for a Marvel movie, I mean, I've always said, if a movie gets at least a 6.5 rating, it's like, it's on the cusp. You may like it, you may not, whatever. Anything below a 6, probably not worth watching. But, I mean, 3.7, you could tell people are just not happy. So, I don't know. I'm assuming it's got something to do with Spider-Man or, whatever. And I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, when they made the last Avenger movie, the majority of the people got wiped out, and it's almost like a symbol for what, like Marvel's end. I mean, literally everything ended with that movie. It just seems like, I don't know, they can't make a good movie since, and I don't know, I think everyone's just waiting for that Deadpool movie to come out, and a lot of people are saying that movie's going to help save Marvel, I mean, let's hope. But again, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know. Hey, Mike Epps is in it. Nice. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Let's see what happens. And of course, you have Euphoria. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this for years, okay? Why don't they make a good, like, teen show, like TV series, whatever, that is realistic, okay? Now, I'll admit, maybe certain scenes in this shit doesn't happen every day or even every week, whatever. They got to exaggerate maybe a little bit. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I'm a Canadian boy. What do I know? Okay? Do we have problems with guns sometimes? Absolutely. Drugs? Of course we do. Of course we do. But these things can happen to kids. Okay? Drug problems, conflicting interests, with relationships, and, got to worry about people cheating and, having weird affairs, and any person can, open up some kind of a Bitcoin account and then use that towards, what appears to be sort of an OnlyFans kind of thing. And, and of course they can't say OnlyFans because they don't want to get sued or whatever. But, these things are happening in real time, I feel. Okay, so no disrespect to Dawson's Creek or the OC, but I think, people, and especially, teenagers in the last like 5-10 years have been waiting for a show like this that's way more realistic. So it says here, a look at life for a group of high school students as they grapple with issues of drugs, sex, and violence. Has a current rating of 8.3 out of 10. Creator Sam Livingston, who, made this series, unfortunately, I think was part of The Idol, which I did a whole episode on, or podcast on, Jesus Christ. But the point is, this show is pretty solid, and it's created a lot of stars out of this show, of course. Zendaya, is that how you say it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, she's, Peter Parker's main squeeze there. She's done a lot of projects outside of this as well. Hunter Schaffer, I think I said that right. Yeah, So, of course, in today's world, the LGBTQ community, dealing with the whole transgender thing. Sorry, forgive me. Listen, I grew up in the 90s, okay? And also, I'm a realist. I don't care who you are. I mean, today's world, I always make this joke. I always say that, I don't want people twisting what I just fucking said there. I'm not saying that being transgender is a joke. I'm just saying in general, okay? I don't give a fuck who you are. As long as listen, I live my life by two things, okay? Be happy, do what makes you happy, and try not to hurt anyone. That's it. Plain and simple, okay? You want to be a guy? Go ahead. You want to be a girl? Go ahead. You change your mind, you want to go back to whatever? Go ahead. It doesn't matter to me, okay? As long as you're happy, that's it. And of course, it deals with, being a transgender in today's world. And, of course, sometimes you're going to, have people like make fun of you for it and all this shit. And you know what? Tell these fuckers to fuck off. That's it. Be happy who you are. That's it. Plain and simple, guys. I mean, Jesus, And the show tackles it very well, too. So, you got Jacob Elordi, who I made the Elvis joke there before. Listen, I saw this guy recently in Saltburn, and if anything's gonna burn your eyes, seeing a guy fuck a grave. Yes, that actually happens in the movie. Does a grave have a vagina? Listen, we're living in a world 2024. Anything at this point can have a vagina. Okay, so again, if it makes you happy, fucking dirt. I don't know what to tell you. But the point is, okay, I didn't even know this guy was British. And again, I don't know who else is actually British on the show. Who the fuck knows? I mean, half the cast of The Wire was British. So. The point is, he does a great job on the show. Again, sometimes you got to extend belief. I mean, I don't really think this guy is 17, 18. Okay. I mean, it's, I'm having flashbacks when you watch Smallville. I mean, you got to pretend this guy's not 30, but okay, whatever. Maud Apatow, who is Judd Apatow's daughter. Okay. We've all seen her in a bunch of Judd Apatow movies there. She's doing a great job. Alexa Demi, who is almost like one of the main, I wouldn't say main villains, but like just the woman that a lot of people don't like because of her, aggressiveness and, just the way she looks and acts. And, I think she plays the role really well. Sydney Sweeney, of course. I played the part in the beginning of the podcast because her character, I mean, to me, like obviously she's a very, sexual character. I mean, she uses that to, her advantage in many ways. And, I mean, there's even a scene in season 2 where they have this pool party and she just feels she's not getting the attention she deserves. She wears, very revealing, pink bikini. And listen, if you're a guy and you see a hot girl in pink, I mean, that's pretty much all you need in life, And if she's holding a pizza, you got to marry her. But the point is, that's her power, to trying to, take advantage of every scene, steal the boyfriend away from, what was it, her sister there, or her best friend, or probably basically anybody. But, but she's sitting there in the parking lot and she's just so down. She's like, it's almost like she doesn't want this life. I mean, she doesn't want to be known for this, but then she keeps going back and forth on it because like this is all, she feels she has. And like, she really does a great job with this role, and I know a lot of people have criticized this show because of its sexuality and drug use. And they had the one episode where Zendaya, I mean, basically the whole episode, she's just living like a homeless person, almost like sleeping in the alleyways, passing out because she's on drugs and just avoiding all this weird shit. And I remember the next day people were like, oh my God, the show's too much and you're encouraging drugs. I'm like, listen, if you watch that episode and you still want to do drugs, if there's something mentally wrong with you, I mean, the whole point of when they show shows like this, especially episodes like that, and showing what drug use can do to someone, it is just, like it should wake people up right away. I mean, maybe kids are curious and go, hey, like, I want to try this once and whatever. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I was never a drug guy. I smoked weed. I tried hash a couple times. That's it. I've never done anything else. But that's not me. I was more of a drinker myself. And even these days, I don't even drink that much anymore. And you just don't. I just don't feel it as much as I used to. I mean, maybe it's a getting older kind of thing, or I just don't give a fuck kind of thing. But of course, when you're younger, you're going to be curious and all that. But I mean, again, like the reason why they make episodes like this is to wake people up and say, hey, this is how life can be. Like it's not pretty. Like every time you watch a drug movie or drug show, it either ends one of two ways. I mean, maybe sometimes the person gets clean, maybe, but most of the times they end up dead or they end up in jail. And it's way sadder when you see kids do this. I mean, a lot of these episodes are real eye openers. I mean, that's what makes the show, just really good. And, the acting is, really well done. And, you really believe all these people are their characters, and speaking of which, Angus Cloud, he played Fezco, and unfortunately, we lost him. He passed away not that long ago. I feel very sorry for the cast. I really do, and I feel very sorry for him and his family, and it sucks. So like I said before, you watch a show like this, and and again, I don't know the guy personally. I was. From the research I did, he did suffer from depression, and I think he recently lost his father, and that didn't help his depression either, and it sucks, and it's sad when that happens, I'm It sucks. It's just not good. And these things happen. So rest in peace to him. I mean, like he was really good as that character as well. I was also told that when they were doing casting, originally I think they wanted Action Bronson, rapper, cook. I mean, the guy's a really talented dude. He turned it down apparently. I don't know why, but I don't know. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to be portrayed as a drug dealer or that type, I guess. But who knows? But yeah, rest in peace to Angus Cloud. Barbie Ferreira, who I mentioned before about the one character going online doing kind of like an OnlyFans kind of thing there. That is, I mean, that like see that like when people watch that, like especially if you're a parent, you gotta keep an eye on your kids, man. I mean, like if your kid is going online and doing all this crazy shit and lying about her age and this is why I feel shows like this are important, because you gotta sit. I mean, being a parent is hard enough, and I can't. I mean, I've done some shit in my past. I know for sure the first kid, if one ever slips out there, I'm for sure gonna have a daughter. I know that. It's like Jay-Z said. I got demons in my past, so I got daughters on the way. So you got to talk to your kids, man. I mean, like it's a source of entertainment for us, to see, oh my God, like how crazy these kids can be and all that for TV shows. But yeah, there's a lot of kids that are probably pulling this shit too. And, it's pretty crazy. But her role, is very, I feel it's very powerful as well, because, she's a bigger gal, more curvy gal, but I mean, she's still a very beautiful woman. And, like people just think, oh, if you do these things online, you got to be like super fit and all that and do this shit. It's like, no, you don't. And again, I'm not downgrading her or nothing or her character. I'm just saying, like literally, there is like a type for everybody out there. Me personally, I mean, I'm not the best looking guy either. Like I said, if you put Jack Black, Kevin James, and Vince Vaughn together and sprinkle a little Curly from the Three Stooges, bada bing, there you go. But yeah, did I mention I'm half Italian? But anyways, yeah, I like more of a curvy woman myself. So, but at the same time, I mean, if you're this young and doing this shit, like that is fucking crazy. I mean, so again, it's a lot of things in this show are just huge eye openers, and just people should start paying attention to it. Nikki King, she's great in it. Storm Reed. Eric Dane, who plays the father, who has one scene in season 2 where, long story short, he's got his fucking problems too. And, like I've always said, or as they said in Sopranos, shit runs downhill. So chances are if the parents are fucked up, the kids are not going to have that much of a chance either. And this guy had one scene where he's just, basically he's a closeted homosexual and he's married with two kids, and he's coming home all shit-faced and literally just pisses on his own rug. And, it's a great thing to wake up to in the middle of the night. He's just going off like how his life sucks and all this shit. And like, I mean, he stole the episode in my opinion on that one, but yeah, he did a great job there. I hope I'm saying this right. Javon Wana Walton, could be Havon, because the J whatever. I mean, he looks Spanish. He plays Ashtray. How old is this kid? I mean, I don't know. Like I can't tell if he's like 10 or 20. Does it say how old this kid is? Or I'm assuming he's a kid. I don't know. He could be a fucking midget. Who knows? I don't know. It doesn't even say here. Oh wait, here we go. No, it says, well, yeah, he's a short guy. Okay. It doesn't even say how old he is. I don't know. The point is, I mean, I'm scared of him. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Between the shaved eyebrows and tattoos and that fucking Scarface stare. I mean, Jesus. I wouldn't want to mess with this kid. Austin Brams, Alana Ubach, Algie Smith, Paula Marshall, John Eilis, Tyler Chase. Listen, the list goes on here, ladies and gentlemen. It is an insane cast they got here. Again, it's one of those shows, you watch every character, you believe that it's their character. Okay? So going back to Sydney Sweeney here, she does a great job. I mean, it's the first thing I've really seen her in. Yeah, I mean, she kills it. Yeah, but everyone else is doing such a great job with it. The show's going to come back sometime in 2025 because, of course, I mean, the scheduling and everyone else is doing their own thing. So, I mean, great job to everybody here, but I'll just say this. Again, it's about fucking time they came out with a show that's more realistic and then hits, home with, I think, a lot more teenagers dealing with more serious shit. And, of course, teenage shows in the past have hit on serious issues and stuff like that. But I think this one just goes all the fucking way. And I'm glad they did, because sometimes, you got to think to yourself, like, I mean, okay, I mean, let's just say this. Let's say if you're like a 15-year-old watching this show, and they keep saying, "Oh, kids, it's not a kid show." Bullshit. Okay, all the kids are watching this show. You know that. Okay, and you know deep down that's the audience they're going for. Okay, they're gonna find it online. Like, either way they're gonna fucking find it. Okay, one of these parents has HBO. They're gonna check it out. The point is, or Showtime. I don't know, one of those networks where you can go nuts. The point is, watch it, have a good time. But I mean, the whole sole purpose of a show like this is just to wake people up and say, listen, this is no way to go through life, and if you do suffer from depression and all this shit, I mean, talk to somebody. Don't, hold it in. You got people around you, I'm sure, that care about you, family, friends. If not, get outside help. You're going to school, I'm sure they got counselors that can help you there, but it's, again, it's a form of entertainment, but at the same time, it does open up, and parents, it opens up to a lot of people, and parents should watch it too, just to get an idea of what is really going on in today's world with kids. It's not Leave It to Beaver days. It's like, this is actually happening. Kids are getting hooked on prescriptions at a very young age and dealing with violence and, other means of making money that you or may not know. And it's crazy. So it really is such a great series for so many different reasons, but it's absolutely worth checking out. And it's one of the shows that Drake, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a rapper from Canada, and Future, both are executive producers. So there you go. So, I mean, good move there for sure. Bringing all this talent to the forefront. And I'm curious to see what a lot of these actors are going to do in the future. And I hope they keep doing great roles. So, I mean, obviously they're going to do one more season. They better hurry up, because it's kind of like a Stranger Things. I mean, his kids are going to be 35 soon. So, but I mean, let's see how far the show can go. And who knows, maybe in the future they can show them more grown up. So, and they've only had 2 seasons so far. Like I said, they're going to do 3. They did a season between 1 and 2 that's called just Euphoria 1.5. They only had 2 episodes in that. They don't really involve the main plot, but it like one episode is more based on Zendaya's character, and the other episode is more based on Hunter Schaffer's Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm fucking that up. Schaffer. Yeah, Schaffer. Yeah, there you go. I'm not so stupid. I went to school way longer than I had to. The point is, okay, check out those episodes too. They really don't have anything to do with the main plots of 1 and 2, but they're very informative. It really shows off both their acting skills. I mean, there's a lot of great young talent in this series. I can't say enough good things about this series. I mean, a lot of people, will say, "Oh, you just watch it because it's shocking shock value and." Whatever, like drug scenes and all this shit. And yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, it does make it for more of an interesting story. I like a good story, but at the same time, yeah, it's a very well written show. Okay. So when you got the chance, I can't say this enough, check it out. Okay. Because a lot of people in this series are basically the future of Hollywood. And if that's the case, Hollywood looks pretty good at this point. So, upcoming shows coming up, or movies that she's got going here. Something called Echo Valley. She's playing a character named Claire. Kate is dealing with a personal tragedy while owning and training horses in Echo Valley, an isolated and picturesque place, when her daughter Claire arrives at her doorstep, frightened, trembling, and covered in someone else's blood. All right. Okay, we're keeping up the whole violent thing here. Okay, the whole suspense thing. Okay, cool. I said that too, like in before, well, what I meant to say was like the voyeurs. I mean, she shows a very strong presence in that, and like I said, like I grew up with all these like thrillers like in the 80s, 90s, and all that. So it seems to be making somewhat of a comeback. So which is good because I mean, let's be honest, listen, I'm not saying movies have been bad. I mean, in any bad era of something, and we're sort of in a bad era of movies. I mean, COVID didn't help either, but you know, the cream will always rise to the top. So, I mean, basically what I'm trying to say is there's still good movies out there. There's still good stuff that we will see. So, I hope certain genres come back, because we always use a good, thriller drama kind of movie. You got a couple redheads in there. So, I mean, they're always going to start shit. No, I'm kidding. Not really. Julianne Moore, of course. Awesome. Rebecca Kreskoff. Domhnall Gleeson, who looks very familiar. Where the fuck have I seen this guy in? I've seen this guy in some shit here. Ex Machina. That's, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen that movie, holy shit. A movie came out a few years ago. That's like a Twilight Zone movie. You absolutely got to see that one. It's called Ex Machina. Trust me, you'll thank me later. But yeah, she's also got Eden coming up. That's post-production as well. Follows a group of people fueled by a profound desire for change. In order to turn their back to society, they leave everything behind and set their futures on the harsh landscape of the Galapagos. All right. Ron Howard, there you go. Okay. Again, Ron Howard knocks at your door, you fucking enter. Okay. Ron Howard has killed it over the years. Okay. Same guy who provided us with Arrested Development, Beautiful Mind, Apollo 13. The list goes on. Okay. So there you go. That's awesome. She's also got a couple of things coming up. Well, of course, there's Euphoria. I don't know why they put that again. Huh. Okay. Fair enough. And then the last thing she's going to work on is coming out this year is Immaculate, where she plays a character named Cecilia. And this is about Cecilia, a woman of devout faith, is warmly welcomed to the picture-perfect Italian countryside, where she is offered a new role in an illustrious convent. She played a nun before, didn't she? Okay. But it becomes clear to Cecilia that her new home harbors dark and horrifying secrets. Oh, boy. Oh, a nun that is damaged. Oh, God. What more could you ask for? Listen. So, she got a lot of things coming up. But, of course, recently, a.k.a. yesterday, technically the day of this recording broadcast, the podcast, she did Saturday Night Live. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that, if you don't mind. So, your career is doing well when they pick you to host Saturday Night Live. And that's what she did. So, the first sketch, they usually do something political. They did some CNN stuff, talking about Trump and Biden and I don't know. America, I love you. I don't know. For some reason, you hate Canada for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe you're jealous because our healthcare is way more easier to manage. But yeah, it's this wasn't a good opening. The last couple episodes, I don't know. They have not been having good openings. I don't know. They're just not that funny. I don't know. They made fun of Draymond Green for a bit. I don't know. So I give it like 3 out of 10. The opening monologue. Well, first off, let's start off by saying that is an absolutely beautiful dress. Yeah, it's a great dress. Yeah, she talks about her career a little bit, what she's been doing, how she get there, whatever. It was very short. I mean, that's another thing too. I noticed with a lot of these like monologues lately. I mean, they're very short. They're not. I remember some of these monologues back in the day. They used to be like 7, 8 minutes, but I don't know. Like, I clocked this one in about give or take 3 minutes, but she did do a funny joke where she's describing, what to do in her career, like, okay, do this, do that, and then they showed a sheet that said Plan B, show boobs, which Euphoria alone, yeah, yeah, it works. So, but nothing that funny, nothing too crazy. I don't know. I give it a 4 out of 10. It was basically just, okay, here I am. This is my thing. That's okay. Let's start the show. So, I don't know. I don't know. And again, this is no disrespect to Miss Sweeney here, but she's not known for comedic talent. She does some funny things, whatever, in Euphoria, whatever, sometimes, but, it's more of a dramatic show, whatever. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you watch season 2, those last 2 episodes, holy fucking shit. I'm good luck getting away with that school play. But anyways, it's just, I don't know. It's simple to the point. What are you going to do? So... Then the next sketch they did was a cold case. They did, 2 college kids, Sweeney and the other cast member there, just solving crimes with their phones. It was kind of funny. It was all right. I don't know. It was okay. I don't know. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. But it is true though. Literally, because of social media. You can like if anybody commits a crime or what. You just. Most of these people, I don't know if they rob a bank. They put the money on Facebook and go, here, look what I got. People are fucking stupid. But anyways, then they did, barely read my writing here. The 3 dudes who, they do the writing there. I don't know. They do the digital shorts, whatever. And they did do something funny here where they were talking about, their friend dying and he had a funny name and all this shit. And I don't know, those guys for the most part do pretty good things there. It was pretty good. It was good. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Then the next sketch, Air Bud, which I'm going to be honest with you. It's funny to me because I knew who Air Bud is. So if you know what Air Bud is, it was a series of movies that came out. That for some reason, like a dog was able to play basketball and like not in the NBA. Boy, that would just be crazy. But in like on a high school team or something, and it was just, back then it was fucking stupid. But they made so many of these movies going straight to video, so they must like somebody's watching them, I guess, or I don't know, putting their poor kid in front of the TV and just doing their own thing, I guess. I did find it funny though. At one point, okay, so the whole thing is like she's a cheerleader, and then she comes, sees the dog at the table there, just eating, and everyone's just telling her, "Look, it's just a dog." And at one point, she pets the dog, and she says, "Oh wow, you're hairy. Like, are you Italian?" I found it funny and offensive, but that's okay. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It was okay. I don't know. I give it a 5 out of 10. And then the big bench. There's like 17 judges. They make fun of these judges shows, whatever. So now there's 17 of them. All right. I don't know. It was a good idea. It wasn't that well executed. I don't know. You could tell there were jokes that didn't land and whatever. And I don't know. Judge Tootie, related to Judge Judy. Get it? Yeah, okay. I don't know, 4 out of 10. 7. This was probably one of the funnier ones of the night, for sure. Actually, probably the funniest sketch of the night, for sure. Bowen, who's one of the cast members, I think it's pretty obvious at this point he's gay. So, of course, the whole joke is that he pretends to be gay just so he gets women. At one point, he was making out with Gina Gershon. She still looks great. I still like showgirls. I don't give a fuck. Which, by the way, actually, that's a good point I should make. Sydney Sweeney, please don't do movies like Showgirls. Movies like that I appreciate. I grew up a '90s kid. You would see, movies like that, people taking chances and shit like that, and don't do it. Don't. It's not worth it. It's not. Elizabeth Berkley, I still feel she's a good actress, and she got like a bad rep after that and whatever, and it kind of slowed down her career for sure. Actually, the irony is a lot of people don't know this, but it came down to two people for that role. Okay, it was Elizabeth Berkley and Charlize Theron or Theron. I'm not sure. She's only half white too. Yeah. So, and then they went with Elizabeth Berkley. So, I mean, like that's how fluky this business can be sometimes. I mean, you not getting the role could be the best thing of your career, but yeah. So like, and then Bowen ends up making out with her. Having sex, da da da, and I'm not describing it well, but it was done. It was done well. So it was a pretty funny sketch. I give it a 7 out of 10. Then the next sketch is somebody's marriage was canceled, and Sweeney and the other actor, they both are running this company, and all they want is a good review, and they just keep repeating, "Shoot." It was funny, but I think they did it too many times, and I don't know. I don't know. I give it a 4 out of 10. And then the music by Casey Musgrave. I don't know. I got a very like folky vibe listening to this music. Is it just me, or I don't know? Like even the background and the way they dressed and all that, and good looking woman. Don't get me wrong, good voice, but I don't know. I never heard of her, but it was all right. And the news, of course, Trump, Biden, no surprises there. Good jokes as always. They had the one girl do the I don't know, like making fun of like older like cougars and stuff like that. And the one girl, she dressed up as like a fish that got pregnant. But I thought it was funny because they gave her like big earrings. I thought that was good. But one thing I got to say though, and maybe I'm nitpicking here, but like they had the costume on, but it didn't fit her whole head. And then you can tell like they gave her like a white cap underneath it. And then on top of that, they gave makeup. I just do one or the other. I don't know why they did both. But anyways, the news is always good. It's either 7.5 and 8. I don't know. This one I gave a 7.5 out of 10. The next sketch involves the restaurant Hooters. I mean, some jokes just write themselves. I'm gonna this. I mean, in many ways, this was the best sketch for sure. If you're a guy, if it was terrific. It was really, really good. And I just like to thank the guy, and it absolutely had to be a guy that came up with this shit. Thank you very much for making this sketch. So yeah, before I gave the other sketch 7 out of 10, that was a good one. This one, a 10 out of 10 for sure. I don't have to explain my answers all the time. The next one was the music, of course. Yep, still good. Still a good little song there. The next sketch, interior design, people designing like an Airbnb kind of thing, it was all right, It's funny, had some good jokes there. And it is true. I mean, you hear about like people renting these Airbnbs, and like I heard one story where they put the cameras in the sockets and spy on people and shit, and it's fucking crazy. I would never go to an Airbnb, but no one wants to look at my fat ass. But I don't know. I give it a 6 out of 10. Not my ass, the sketch. And the next sketch and the last one was basically this couple sitting there, and there's these loud guys next to the table, and making a lot of noise and whatever. And the one guy just goes up to him, and instead of just yelling him and telling him off, like I would have, he says, "You guys have to cherish this moment, and you guys should be lucky that you guys have all, these friends to support you, and it's just a very nice feeling." And of course, afterwards, the guys were like kind of confused and then realizing they're grateful, and it just shut them up. I thought it was, I'm not describing this as well as I should, but I thought it was pretty clever the way they did it. You got to watch it. And then Sydney did the same thing with a girls' table making a lot of noise, did the same thing. oh yeah, this reminds me when I hang out with my mother, and you girls are so nice, and you're lucky to have friends, and and then the same thing. And of course, you think the couple is going to stay together, but they don't. Something happens. Uh, Happens a lot to me, I think, actually. But the point is, I thought this is actually really well done the way they did this sketch. Nothing, not too long of a sketch. Not too short. Good timing and all that. So honestly, the way it was done, I give it a 7 out of 10. So that one and Bowen there, trying or just faking to be gay to, get Sweeney. Best sketches of the night for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, I never really talk about the closer, them thanking everyone at the end, but of course, but I never really talk about the music either, and the guest always says, ladies and gentlemen, whoever the singer is, Sweeney looks good in that, and of course, she's wearing a very she looks great, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm trying to say. So again, the closer was just 10 out of 10. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say here is that Miss Sweeney here is a very nice, lovely, beautiful woman. But she's a good actress too. And I'm not just saying that because of her look. She really is a good actress, okay? Especially, from the things I've seen, especially with Euphoria. I don't think anybody can disagree with me on that one. I mean, there's some scenes that are just really intense. I mean, it's like I said before. I mean, like if this show doesn't, show you what could happen to you in the future if you don't, get your shit together now. I mean, everything will, it won't end well for you. You know what I mean? So, but again, she's off to a great start for her career. I mean, she's kind of like in the middle of, everything right now, getting offered more roles. Euphoria is going to come back in the next year. Will it come back for another season after that? Who knows? But we shall see. But until then, the best advice I can give to Miss Sweeney here, if my advice means anything, is that keep up the good work. Keep up doing, these more serious roles. If you want to do the whole, rom-com shit, for a few extra bucks or whatever, fine, whatever, do what you want to do, But keep in mind, Matthew McConaughey could have gone down that route as well. I heard he turned down a $14 million rom-com because he wanted to do more serious shit, pursue more serious shit. So think about what kind of actress or actor or whatever they say these days you want to be. All right, because the potential's there. I mean, Euphoria is a great show. It's going to be remembered years from now. Who knows? Maybe they're going to create like another teen series in 10, 20 years from now, and maybe it'll make Euphoria look like Romper Room. I mean, who knows? But for now, it's a big eye opener for a lot of people, and you're doing a great job on that one. And I will say this though. I did hear in like an interview, she did say like, oh, I got to keep working and whatever. I'm not making as much money as I should. But then I heard like she has like a $3 million house. Now, again, you're young. It's cool. You're going to say a lot of stupid shit in your 20s. Believe me, I know. And in your 30s and if you're like me, 40s. But the point is, there's people out there that are barely making, minimum wage, can barely make rent. You can't say shit like that. You can't. Okay. I get it. You're young and, like whatever, but I mean, it's not a good look. It does not look good. Okay. Okay. Because keep in mind, worst case scenario, let's say if your career ended today, you still got money in the bank. Maybe you could sell your $3 million house, get a nice condo, and still have millions in the bank. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have that in this world. So, again, it's just one of those things that, and I get the rent is definitely higher in LA or, a lot of other places in the world. But, I would try to stay away from, talking about financial shit. If someone asks you, how much money are you making? Just say, good. And that's it. That's all you got to say. So, but yeah, I mean, she's on her way to being, maybe that iconic, new blonde bombshell star. Like I said before, I mean, a Marilyn Monroe, Pamela Anderson type. America is always looking for that one female star to take the lead. But if you have that power, don't abuse it. It doesn't seem like you are now. I'm just saying in general. Just make sure, you do good things with that. Take good roles. And don't rush anything. I mean, again, if you want to take these side projects, whatever, make a few extra bucks, why not? But if a good role comes your way and something that can really, make an impact on this world and, show a good example for everyone, do it. I mean, you don't owe it to them or anybody. I mean, you just owe yourself, I think it's really cool that her family took a chance and, brought her and her brother to Hollywood, to pursue their dreams. I mean, that says a lot, so that's something to always remember too. And I heard she's got a nice guy in her life. I mean, that's awesome. So not to most straight guys, I mean, it kind of kills the fantasy, but I'm just kidding. But the point is, be happy with yourself. Don't let people, abuse your looks or, take advantage of them or nothing like that. Thank God we're living in a way better time right now, especially the last couple of years with the whole #MeToo movement now. And, a lot of actresses, don't have to worry about that type of shit. And I'm not saying like she's had to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, but it's tough, being an actress nowadays or just ever, I mean, even I mentioned before, like Marilyn Monroe, she didn't end well for her. I mean, she had to put up with a lot of abuse, and Pamela Anderson, being known as just like a sex object, and a lot of people not taking her seriously. And, but she was a strong woman, I feel underneath it all. I mean, she was very, very strong in the end. I always thought she was a really tough chick. And yeah, I said tough chick, okay? Again, I grew up in the 90s. That's a good thing, okay? If I say tough broad, I mean broad. And that means a tough woman, okay? I think what I said there mostly makes sense. All I'm trying to say is, in today's world, if you're a beautiful, good-looking, intelligent, strong woman, the world is yours. And right now, the world belongs to Sydney Sweeney.
Bro, are you on drugs?
Yes.
You relapsed?
I've just been smoking a little bit of weed.
Wait, I don't understand. If you're not auditioning for Oklahoma, then why do you look like that?
Like what?
Like a country music star.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bitch, you better be joking. Are you okay, Kat?
No! Yes! Fuck it! I am in love with Nate Jacobs and he is in love with me, and you fucking give me that look, Maddie, because I didn't fuck your boyfriend. You two were broken up for 3 weeks and 3 days before we even had sex, so I didn't betray you. Plus, you guys are terrible for each other, and you know I'm right, and you guys can all judge me if you want, but I do not care. I have never, ever been happier.
But she didn't say that. In fact, it was much weirder. She just stared straight ahead like she's doing now and didn't say a word.
I think being single is really stressing you out.
No, I don't think so.